Hey everyone, Jennifer Lee Channing here from NBC Sports Bay Area. Um, with your 49ers news, there isn't a whole lot of news going on, but the 49ers did announce that they signed CJ West. So he has signed his 4-year rookie deal, and he will look to be part of that defensive front, the new fangled 49ers defensive front that will include obviously Nick Bosa, hopefully Michael Williams, CJ West. The one we're a little bit worried about, Alfred Collins. He had the calf injury that happened at his pro day. Hasn't been out on the field yet, and these days are really important. So hopefully he rehabs enough to be active during training camp, because these reps that these guys get during training camp make a huge difference. I mean, I just remember Drake Jackson and how he was, and Javon Kinlaw and how he was. I mean, there have been these defensive linemen that haven't been able to take part during training camp. And I just hope that it doesn't set up a sort of situation where it is a problem and he doesn't get on the field. I'm not saying that there is at all. Just saying potentially, because he hasn't been out on the field yet. Hopefully that he does get healthy during this 40 days away. He gets healthy and gets out on the field, gets to work with Chris Kasarik, Nick Bosa next to him, CJ West. Jordan Elliott actually looked really good during these little mini camp practices. Obviously, they're not wearing pads. They're just wearing t-shirts and shorts. So hard to say, how well they adjust. But Jordan Elliott looked like he was getting into the backfield a decent amount. It was the starting four for the defensive line was Nick Bosa, Jordan Elliott, Kevin Givens, and Sam Okwanu. So those four were the ones that were going out there to start. The second group of guys that were going out there did include CJ West, some other guys as well that we haven't seen a whole lot of. Michael Williams did not do team drills. They are just worried, taking care of him. He has a tight hamstring. I do think he has no doubts about being involved in the defensive line once week one starts. I think he'll be ready for training camp. I think he is the guy that they really are counting on. He's the pick. I think that's where the 49ers were looking to really beef up the defensive side, and that is on the defensive line. That's Michael Williams. It's Alfred Collins. I just hope, because we didn't see Alfred Collins on the field, not even during individual drills. I know he had the calf injury that happened his pro day, and the 49ers are going into it eyes wide open, but I feel like they did that with Javon Kinlaw as well. Obviously, Javon Kinlaw signed a big contract with the Washington Commanders, and he's going to be with, his former GM, Adam Peters, or assistant GM. It's a guy that he watched throughout the draft process. That was one of his guys. So now he goes back and he's with Deebo Samuel in Washington, and we'll see how that all pans out. So it's interesting when the guys like Adam Peters goes from the Niners to Washington, and then the guys that he knows who they are on the field, he'll bring those guys. And so for players that maybe get cut or get released, or, trades can happen because John Lynch is friends with Adam Peters, Kwesi Adofo-Mensah from Minnesota, D'Amico Ryans in Houston, Mike McDaniel in Miami, Matt LaFleur in Green Bay. I mean, like, all of those connections are so important because they're willing to kind of wheel and deal, and that's how deals get done. But looking at that defensive line, it's going to be interesting to see who really steps up and can contribute come week one. The rest of the defensive side, Nick Martin, does he have a chance to beat out D. Winters? That's the competition that'll happen during training camp. I think that's really important. During pre-team drills for the 49ers at minicamp, it was Fred Warner and D. Winters kind of hanging out with Johnny Holland. And that was previously kind of a role that was Dre Greenlaw. So it wasn't Nick Martin. Nick Martin needed to do like special teams drills and all the stuff that happens on the field pre-practice, pre-team drills. So that was happening there. Defensive back-wise, obviously Deommodore Lenoir, Renato Green are the guys that are the go-to guys at defensive back. But who are they going to have at safety? Is Jair Brown going to be healthy? Malik Mustafa is not going to be ready for training camp. That's what Kyle Shanahan said. And from what I saw of him on the field, not straightening his leg completely, that means he's got some more rehab to do. And I did mention earlier on another video that Brandon Ayuk is straightening both legs out completely. No wraps, no protection on his knees as he went out and kind of like was hanging out with the wide receiver group. But I'm going to stick to defense today. Upton Stout, he's a guy that could be the nickel position. That's what they're going to probably have him do. Diamo Lenore didn't say where they're going to put him, but he has been practicing predominantly on the outside. He hasn't played on the inside, which he really loves. So we'll see if Upton Stout really can step up and do it. So if he can, then he'll be that role, Diamo Lenore, and Bernardo Green will be on the outside. As far as safeties go, could be Jason Pinnock, it could be Richie Grant, but one of those will be out there with Jair Brown, I would assume, I think. But Jair Brown lost his job last year. So does he get over that, that second year kind of sophomore slump that we've seen in the past? And, I'm sure that was kind of a reality check for him. So we'll see how that battle plays out. So the big battles, I think, during training camp to watch will be Nick Martin and D Winters. It'll be the safety position, Jair Brown, who's going to play with him, Jason Pinnock, Richie Grant, who's going to play nickel. Is it going to be Upton Stout? And then that defensive line. Is CJ West going to be the guy next to Jordan Elliott? Yetur Gross-Matos was having some knee issues, but he will probably be back at training camp. But Alfred Collins, will he be ready for training camp? Ready to see him on the field? We haven't seen him do anything on the field yet. So waiting for that day, and hopefully it will be at training camp at the end of July. All right, I am actually in Thailand. I'm on vacation. It's very, very hot, very humid, but have been loving the cultural scene here. If you don't follow me on Instagram, I've posted a bunch of stories. If you've never been to Thailand, I highly suggest it. It's very cool if you like Thai food. I'm eating Thai food in Thailand. So anyways, super exciting. Hope you guys are well, and I'll do some more videos as we're getting through this break with 49ers news. All right, talk to you soon.